Yeah, I thought it was a great experience. Obviously, being international level is a lot higher. Really exposes me to some quality players. Playing against Mexico, Qatar was a great team, great players, quality players. So, overall, it's going to help you out as a player, both in your career and just the professionalism in such a prestige tournament. Obviously, that's going to go far along in my career and help me in the long run.
Did Christian give you any advice going in on what to expect? Just kind of that type of tournament.
He told me just to play with confidence, just go in there, um, acting like if I'm part of that group, acting like I'm part of that level. So I think that translates a lot when you come into the game, when the play is very fast. So coming in with confidence, yeah, anybody can come in there and put a good performance. So I was happy to go in there and play my fair share of games and help the national team in the country. Move forward into the quarterfinals. Obviously, that last game was a little bit tough for us, but it was a great experience.
Can you talk a little bit more about that last game? Obviously, as a viewer, it was exciting to see you guys come back in such a fashion. How do you kind of look back on it now?
Yeah, I think that game was a good indication to what we're capable of, coming down 3-0 and getting two back and almost tying it. I think our issue was letting two goals in early, really put us in the back end of that game. But the group is a very talented group, still working on some of those small things that we need to correct in order to be a really solid team contending for qualifiers. But that game, obviously, being one of the more important games, win or go home, was coming out of the gate not our best performance, but in that second half really showed what we're capable of.
One of the things that Hugo talked about was like the pain that the program had been through, and wanting to bring it back. Is that something that was important, or did you feel that at all? When you guys gathered and the start of the tournament, is that important to know what the depths of what you're kind of trying to revive?
Yeah, I think every country has their highs and lows, and obviously this country is coming back from some low times in terms of competitive play. But I think that transition is coming into effect with Hugo and then the players that are coming in. We have a great group of guys that are talented, like I said before, and I think just getting to work on those things, such as chemistry and our ability to play together, will ultimately identify how big our play is and how big of a competition we can have. So I think Hugo is doing a really good job of creating this project for a very long time, for a long-term project, and so hopefully, as the games come by, we can get some wins.
What was the goal like?
It was a great experience. Obviously, on my debut, I think like I mentioned it in a different interview, every kid dreams of that, coming in and scoring on your first game. And it being an international level, I think was just so much more important as well. I finally got one up on Christian, so that's always a plus. But no, it was a great feeling to represent my mom's country. Obviously, not many kids can say that they represent a country, and so just being privileged enough to do that is good enough for me.
You guys have dealt with a lot here. Injuries and guys coming in and out, and had to dig really deep into the roster. Is this team as deep of a squad as you can remember here? I know you guys have had to use a lot of guys, and for the veterans, what's it like having all these young guys kind of funneling through and trying to make their mark?
Yeah, it's great having the young kids here. Obviously, they're learning every day as they come to practice with us. They're trying their hardest, and I think that keeps the fire in us as older players as well. But I think the group, although we've lost a string of games, 2 games, we can't forget about the good that we've done in this season. We're in first place, still standing in first place strongly, and we have a long way to go still. But with the players that are in training session, and hopefully the players that we get back from injury will help us along the way as well.
You guys had a tough result on the weekend, but you had the Austin game where a bunch of the kids played and stepped up. I assume you watched the game. What were your thoughts watching them kind of step up and get a road victory?
Yeah, I think I was in their position. I was in their shoes a few years ago, maybe even last year, I would say. And getting an opportunity is something that you always hope for and wish for as a player early in your career. And I think that really can boost your confidence and showcase what you're able to showcase to the coaching staff. And so I think with a game like that, being low on players, I think it was a great opportunity for them to showcase what they had, and obviously they put in a good shift, and Raul scored a great goal, which helped us get the 3 points, much needed 3 points coming into this weekend playing against KC, but it was a great opportunity for them, so hopefully they can get more and showcase what they have.
Like you said, having been in their shoes before, I mean, what do you think that this team and this club does to kind of like bring those young guys through? Is there anything special you think that this club does that allows guys like you and like them that opportunity to develop?
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone talks about the whole mentality thing, the next man up thing, but at the end of the day, this club represents one of the best clubs in MLS. It's the standards, it's expectations from every fan. So I think going into it as a player, as a young player, when you get your opportunity, there's no doubt that they'll do well in this team and succeed. So that's one of the great things that about this culture is that you're a young kid, but you're expected to come in and play just as well as someone else. So that's the expectations of this club, and it shows where we are on the table to have that depth and play alongside some of these kids. So it'll be good for the rest of the season.
We got to see your parents and your brother watch some of the games, some of your matches. What did your mom say after the experience? Especially, like you said, it's her country, so getting it back, and it looked like it was exciting.
Yeah, she's extremely proud. Super happy that I'm representing her country. A lot of people, a lot of family from back home for her are sending her messages and how proud she is of our family. But just happy that she was able to be there and experience it as well, because it's not just my career. It's not just me playing for an international team. This is her way of experiencing it as well, is through me. And so I think it was a memory I won't forget for the rest of my life, for sure. And hoping to continue to make my parents proud.
When's the last time you've been to El Salvador?
We played them against Santa Tecla my first year, but to visit family, it's been about like 10 years. So it's been a very long time.